Hello everybody and welcome to my throne. I'm here to help you with all of your toilet cleaning needs. As a house cleaner with 30 plus years of experience, I have cleaned so many different kinds of toilets, and so if you've got a pink ring in your toilet and you don't know what it's from, or perhaps you have black bacteria, maybe you just don't like to clean your toilet and you want something that's the least invasive in order to clean your toilet on a regular basis. So I'm going to try to cover all of those things and show you how to get your toilet white, sparkly, clean, and beautiful. First things first, if you've got long hair like me, tie it back, because if you don't, there's nothing worse than it dangling in the toilet. I'm going to put mine in a bun because ponytails dangle into toilet water just as easy. Just a little bun. First off, toilet brushes matter. They do. The cheaper ones work just as well as the expensive ones. It is smaller than a lot of the toilet brushes. You don't want a huge toilet brush because it doesn't fit into the crevices in the hole and underneath of the lid. Small. The little container that it comes in, it allows quite a bit of air circulation. It's quite a bit easier to clean this than a lot of the big, huge, weird things. I don't know, some people have these toilet brush holders where they flop out and stuff. This is practical. Get yourself a $1.50 one from the dollar store. It's just as good. So most times I don't need to take any drastic measures in order to clean a toilet, and I like to do it in the most environmentally friendly way possible. So I usually use ivory, and I will just put some ivory in the bowl and give it a clean. I'm going to show you that here now. Now the next thing that I want to talk about is the pink ring that sometimes develops in a toilet. That pink ring is called, excuse me while I look at, Serratia marcescens. I'm pretty sure I'm not saying that right. It is a bacteria. It can be found naturally in water, soil, plants, and in gastrointestinal. It can be found in your body, in your tract. Gastrointestinal tract. And sometimes you also see it in, say, dog dishes, in your shower, bathtub, anywhere that moisture can sit. And it can be harmful. In most cases, it doesn't do harm. However, it can. And so therefore, you want to make sure that it is cleaned properly. My daughter has not flushed the toilet. I don't know how long this has been sitting here because I'm a toilet flusher. So I'm going to flush it. But the last time I thought I saw a little bit of pink. Let me show you. Okay, so there is a very light hint of pink. It could be an orangey pink as well. When you don't flush the toilet every single time that you use it, that sits in there and it becomes bacteria. Oops, the toilet paper fell down. It's easier if you just flush each time. That way you prevent bacteria from possibly being an issue for you. Now, these bacteria are nothing to laugh about. Apparently, people who have immune problems can be affected by them. You can get urinary tract infections. You can get pneumonia and other lung infections, I guess. I'm not an expert, so I'll leave a couple of links down below. If you've got pink in your toilet or black, which also happens to be a bacteria, and mold grows in the dark. Keep your lid up. Darkness, not good. Makes bacteria. Standing water, it eventually can produce that bacteria. Try to flush once in a while at least, even if you're not using it that often. Not recommended to use the chlorine, bleach tablet things from what I understand. I'll leave a link in the description below, but a plumber said that over time that can do some harm to the parts in your toilet. But I'm going to show you how to clean that pink ring. Lord, please don't let my phone go down the toilet during this. Okay, Dr. Debbie coming at ya. So, put your rubber gloves on. Now, yuck, this hasn't been cleaned for a while. It's not the worst toilet I've ever seen, that's for sure. Now, one thing you want to do is, because the bacteria can be harmful to your lungs, you do not want to have your head over top of the toilet. So I've got some no-name bleach. This is not environmentally friendly. Sometimes it's just a necessity for heavy-duty cleaning, molds, bacteria, things like that. So I'm just going to give it a swish. Depends on how much water is in your toilet as to how much you want to put in. And I'm just going to take my toilet brush and keep my head back as far as possible. Now, some people say, oh, you're spreading the bacteria by going in the rim. You know what? I don't touch poop. I don't care if I have gloves on. I don't think that it is spreading the germs. I think that it is avoiding them. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I sanitize everything. This does have bleach in it, and so this ring's going away really quickly. I feel it wasn't a huge issue, but if you leave it for any length of time, it can be. Bleach is very strong. Don't get it on your skin, and try to avoid smelling it or breathing it in. Keep your head back. You don't want to get any splatters on your eyes or your skin. And use good ventilation. Keep your ceiling or your fan on in your washroom. I'm going to go inside the room really good. And make sure you get those little crevices all the way around. Can you see how far that brush goes down there? A big brush never could do that. And you would end up with staining in there. Get that little front hole. By scrubbing germs and bacteria, that's how you loosen them and make them go away. So scrubbing action on every single little bit of surface. And then flush. Okay. Now, just gonna put that like that for a minute. That will help to let it drip dry a little bit and prevent you from putting a whole bunch of moisture into your little cup holder where it'll end up turning pink too. Today I'm going to use some Clorox disinfectant wipes for around this rim. Now this is probably what I would use for more heavy duty jobs. Sometimes I will use just a mixture of Dr. Bronner's in water to clean around the rim. You can also put a bit of vinegar in if you like. Not the most environmentally friendly way to do it, but sometimes necessary, especially if there's illness in the house. Not having to use the same cloth on multi-surfaces or worrying about spreading bacteria. you can just wipe and toss. Or even though you have rubber gloves on, if you touch your face or you touch anything, that spreads germs just as much as your hands. So that's why I generally feel like gloves are just sort of a band-aid, but not a solution. For average, normal cleaning that I would be doing on a regular basis, I would use Dr. Bronner's. It's a pure Castile soap. It can be used for so many things, and if you watch my other videos, you'll see that how many things you can wash with it. And so just a couple of squirts in your bucket. You can't go wrong. You're not gonna put too much or too little. If you can smell the Dr. Bronner's, then you've probably got enough in your bucket. It won't foam up and it won't bubble that much. It works fantastic. This one has lavender in it, and lavender is, from what I have done research on, seems to be a natural antibacterial. If it gets on the floor, that's okay. Get underneath, open your lid, get the seat, squirt in there, in little crevices. It's gonna shoot everything right out. It's gonna be dripping like no tomorrow. And just give it a nice wipe. Rinse your cloth frequently. So you get the gist. Go around, wash it really good. This is a receiving blanket again. Old sheets work fantastic as well at absorbing. And I'm just gonna go along and shine it and take off the excess moisture. All of the moisture, because again, moisture left behind can cause pink, so we don't want any moisture left behind. Okay then, look at that. Isn't it beautiful? I think we did good. It looks very, very nice and clean. And side view. I don't have those little cap things on my toilet, so it's not very attractive. I should get some. But look at the shine. I mean, it's an amazing shine. It's lovely. So, there you go. Toilet clean. To prevent bacteria in your toilet and to ensure that it stays clean, do regular cleaning. If you're finding pink in your toilet on a regular basis, you may need to use bleach more often in order to remedy it. And you may need to clean more often. Maybe you need to flush your toilet more often. You also may need to leave your lid up in order to prevent the darkness for the moisture and the bacteria to combine and grow. There's no regular schedule really that I can tell you is necessary for a perfect toilet, because it really depends from household to household. Generally, you want to at least clean it every week, and perhaps if you have illness or anything in the house, then you would want to be cleaning it on a far more regular basis. I suggest that if you clean your toilet on a regular basis with Dr. Bronner's and some ivory, then perhaps that would be beneficial in ensuring that molds and bacteria don't grow, and you won't have to use the bleach method. I hope these tips were helpful. I hope that it makes your cleaning of the toilet a little bit easier. Thank you so much for watching. And if you want to see more cleaning videos, please like, share, subscribe.